Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting with the 1 hour chart, of course we're gonna move directly after it to the daily and the 4 hour and maybe the weekly as well to see the channels. But I would like just to talk a little bit of what happened yesterday because it is crazy price action. So yesterday we were looking at ending diagonal starting from here after an A, B and a C, right? And we see that, okay, that's a nice correction, and then we are looking for a diagonal. And suddenly, the diagonal has been invalidated starting from here, of course, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which was looking a pretty nice diagonal. But the price action suddenly started to move up, and I was like, okay, what's going on? The alarm just ringed for me on the 1-to-1 fib level, invalidation of this diagonal, and I was okay, what happened? If this is invalidated as diagonal and we're looking for higher prices, I cannot see any impulse here because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 your wave 4 interfere with your wave 1, invalidation. Again here 1, 2, 3, where is your wave 5 for a wave 1, invalidation. And then of course here it is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course looking here for correction. It could be a B, it could be a wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be a 3, and it could be a wave C. By all means, it could be a zigzag, or it could be a bigger impulse yet. Hopefully not, because that will be very problematic, and I will quit Elliott wave and analysis. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I mean, if we now get higher to 1-to-1, that would bring me into really massive problem. Because I tried to find, okay, what is the solution now regarding this price action, no impulses, all zigzags, and still looking at higher prices. So then I start to look, okay, back. Maybe we have, this is a wave 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and a 5. And I took the fib levels and I said, okay, it's still working as contracting diagonal. Not very really nice in look and in shape as the smaller one that we were looking at yesterday. Very ugly ending diagonal, but still an ending diagonal where we are looking to a zigzag up, a zigzag down, and then zigzag up for your wave 3, and then yeah, very shallow zigzag for your wave 4. And then of course, if that is an ABC as a zigzag, therefore, we should end here. If we move higher than this and we invalidate still this diagonal, as I said, I will quit Elliott wave and analysis. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, I have to consider this impulsive, right? If we take really the high, there is no other option, guys. Even with invalidated impulse, okay, I have to consider this was a deviation in the chart due to the massive volatility and the inflow for Bitcoin. And I have to consider this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 in case we see higher prices. So yeah, this is what's happening now. If we look at this very shallow wave 4 here, now, of course, it can be related here to this very small wave 2 that we saw as well. It can be, right? It can be because in time it looks like the same. However, it was nicer if we get this clearer correction, right? But yeah, Bitcoin doesn't want to. So, all right. So, okay. So these are the things now. We have topped here after 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So we have topped finally, possibly, of course, our wave 3 in the orange scenario. And by all means, you have 1, 2, and then 3 finished. Now we are still looking for a wave 2, of course, as a correction for your wave 4 here. Of course, these fibs now are higher based on the new pricing. So definitely we need to reach again the 89,000 maybe. As a wave 4 to say, okay, we corrected, yeah, or we replied as a correction here to this one. So we need a wave 4 and then a continuation for a wave 5 to finish a wave 3 in the yellow scenario, and of course 4-5 for the white one. So this is what happened so far. Yeah, very, very tricky price action. If we go back a little bit to the daily, on the daily chart, we are looking, or let's take the weekly a little bit to see a little bit where are we in Bitcoin. Yeah, so very massive, very nice. Okay, so if you see here, yeah, I mean, it's a very, very long wave 5 so far that we have not finished even the wave 3. So I think it's gonna be very, very extended wave 5, guys. And let me check the volume. Okay, the volume still low in the last candle. Okay, so I was looking at the volume to see if that is a wave 3. In that case, it could be that, okay, this was 1-2, and then another 1-2, and then wave 3 for 5 towards the upside. That could be very, very massive. But on the weekly, we still can see that this candle, which is supposed to be your main wave 3 here, last week, still lower. And the current candle still also very lower. So unless we take the high. If this candle, this weekly candle, take the high again and move higher than our wave 3 candle, we will have to consider, guys, this is a 1-2, 1-2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. We're looking to 200K for Bitcoin, and it can bring it very easily in that case if we see a volume higher than this. Okay, so yeah, so these are the things. Very, very tricky and very nice to see this price action, but yeah, I don't like so much surprises. This is the thing. However, let's take a look at our channeling. We are very close to our mid line. Definitely this mid line is gonna play as a resistance, definitely, always. So yeah, once it reaches it, it's gonna play as a resistance, and it might start to range, of course, inside the lower part here to finish the 4-5s. But very nice to see that, okay, we are very close to the midpoint. Yeah, and it looks like already for us, yeah, 1, 2, 3, okay, triple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is the expected all-time already. Since long time ago, guys, I have this line here for Bitcoin already as an expected all-time high, if you remember. So it was every video I was showing this since months, and we were expecting this price action, and I think we still gonna get it, and maybe even higher. So this is the channeling. Regarding the channeling, let's go to the daily, and we're gonna check the KGT indicator as well. So for the daily, as we said, yes. So with this price action here, we just finished one leg, guys, which is the wave 3 of a 1-2 here, right? And then we're still looking for a correction to reply on this wave 2, right? Very simple. I'm not gonna repeat this. We just see it here on a bigger view and a better, yeah, a cleaner counting. So as you can see, we reached the 1.618 already for this 1-2, which is perfect as a wave 3. So this is what we would like to see, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fibs did nothing wrong, actually. They show exactly the price. Now we have overshooted a little bit, but I think we have almost bottomed there. However, on the daily, this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but internally, it's really hard to count it, right? Maybe we have to count, yeah, as a diagonal again, like this. But yeah, it's really tricky to say. Yeah, it could be here, your diagonal like this, but it can still be on the daily. It can still be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, as I explained, where it invalidates this diagonal, and we have to take this as 1, 2, whether we like it or not. it is it is an invalidated impulse, but still gonna be considered as an impulse whether we like it or not. This is a problem with Bitcoin now, and he's like, yeah, he doesn't care about Elliott wave. So this is for the daily. Let's take a look at the indicator. Well, on the daily chart, for the volume indicator, as you can see, yes, we still have the bearish signals getting more and more, but I always mention that this doesn't mean that it's going to move directly towards the downside. It only means that we are very close to a finished structure. This signals here where the structure of your wave is 3 inside this 1, 2, 3. So this was a signal, and then 4, and then 5. Now it says that the 5 might be very close. However, that's why I developed this indicator to show even more information. If you take a look here, the volume was moving negatively, right? It was moving down, and suddenly even the negative here from the -1 to the -80 almost. And that means the volume has started to rise up, because this number is lower than this, because it is in the negative part, right? So this is bigger, is increasing, right? From the -1 to -0.8 means the volume is increasing. And in increased volume, of course, you want to see higher prices. And as you can see, even with the red signals, you are looking to an increased volume. And that means, of course, we are increasing in price as well. And so we're gonna see the close of this candle today. So at midnight, we can get a new information. If we're gonna get an increased volume yet, I think then we are going to move even higher and higher. If we get a decreased volume, therefore, of course, we might have topped and we start to move towards the downside. So yeah, these are the things. This is what it shows. Now we can see the same also on the 4-hour chart. Let me just collect some data for the volume. Here we go. All right. So yeah, we can see here on the, yeah, it's still okay here. If we watch also the volume, of course, it was increasing here after 1, 2, and then start to increase, right? From 0.5 minus negative to positive. And as you can see, all right, so now we can see that the volume is getting lower and lower inside. So on the 4-hour chart, it is telling us that, of course, we are moving lower and lower. And by the way, yeah, well, we're looking already at the red candle, right? So yeah, but the volume already shows that it is decreasing. So it's moving down. If we move to the 1-hour chart to even get closer idea, let's collect again data. All right. So yeah, a massive move towards the downside. Okay, a massive negative. So I think we have topped, guys, with this indicator. Oh my God. Okay, so here is minus 324. Let me just make sure and collect more if in case. Okay. Yeah, so now is the right one, but still a very big decrease here. So you can see the 16.78%, right, and then moving down. Of course, moving down, and yeah, until we see positive, it means it go up. But now after an 8, where we reach the top. After an 8%, we start to see a minus 35. So that is a signal, of course, with a bearish here on the 1-hour chart. So we might have topped, as we said, for a zigzag, right, for our wave 5 in this diagonal. So yeah, possibly this might be the things. Now on the 1-minute chart, we need here the other the other part of KGT. So on the 1-minute chart, guys, of course, we have massive selling signals, right? But this is on the 1-hour chart. It's not very accurate as it might show. Now, okay, on the signals, it might show, yeah, it's very close for a buy. It is very close for another buy. Let me check more. Yeah. So yeah, after looking here, well, it didn't give the signal yet, but it says, okay, be ready. It might move up again. So if we look at the 30-second, okay, I think it already gave a signal for buying. No. There is no signal of buying yet, but it says that there is some push towards the upside, but no signal of buying. Oh, here. Okay, but it was a very small one. I mean, this is a 30-second, guys. You cannot take it so much into consideration, but here on the 1 minute chart, of course, you have to always collect the data from the back because it collects all the volume of the inflow, of course, in each candle. So yeah, we don't have really strong buy. All right, it might goes up a little bit, but it doesn't mean it's gonna take the high unless we get a signal, a buying signal. Therefore, it could say that okay, we might still going up for a new high. And I watch this because okay, if we see a signal buy, it means we're gonna get the high, guys. We're gonna get the high if in case it shows a buy, and in case we get the high, that means on Elliott wave here on the 1 hour chart, we're gonna invalidate the diagonal again, and we might still we might have to consider this as 1-2 over the invalidation. So yeah, that was it for Bitcoin. I think that we have topped, guys. I'm afraid to confirm this, but I think we have topped. If not, guys, yeah, it's invalidation, and of course this is gonna be like 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 in case we take the high one more time again. Very easy. Just if we take the high, simply we're gonna move higher. If we move, of course, with impulsively towards the downside, so we need to see like an impulse, right? Like 1 2 3 4 5, which we're already looking at now. Possibly 1 2 3 4 5 on the 15-minute chart. And then 3 waves up, and then yeah, we need continuation towards the downside to say we have really topped in the 98,200 almost, only for wave 3. So that was it for Bitcoin. Sorry for the long time for this analysis, but yeah, it was important to see what's going on in Bitcoin and to get a little bit more deeper inside this chart to see what is happening here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.